This is Garis Masculist MGTOW flyers. That is 2-3 page essays on the themes of masculism and MGTOW, written by and read aloud by Prof. Dr. Hugo de Garis. This is flyer number 680, entitled Masculism, YouTube, X, Playlists and Viewership Takeoff. Description. My new Masculist channel is still up on YouTube, so it looks as though there's been a change of policy regarding deleting manosphere channels on YouTube, due perhaps to the new CEO of YouTube being a man of about 50, who probably knows several men who have been raped, so was more sympathetic to manosphere content creators than was the previous CEO of YouTube, Susan Wojcicki, a feminist, who promoted feminist channels and deleted manosphere channels, making her the most hated woman in the manosphere for her sexist, hypocritical bigotry. Recently, X, the up-and-coming rival to YouTube, has provided users with playlists that X calls simply lists. So now that manosphere content creators can upload their videos to both YouTube and X and put them into playlists, users around the world will be able to binge watch these lists, so that the ideas of the manosphere, MGTOW, masculist ideas, will probably see a marked increase in the number of hours viewed of its videos, what is called here a viewership takeoff. This takeoff will promote the spread of manosphere ideas around the world, thus helping to free men from the gender oppressions that women inflict on men. Now, the flyer itself. Masculism, YouTube, X, Playlists and Viewership Takeoff by Prof. Dr. Hugo de Garis. Email profhugodegaris@yahoo.com. Website profhugodegaris.wordpress.com. In my previous Masculist video, number 679, I stated that I would upload many of my Masculist videos to a new Masculist channel on YouTube to test whether this new channel would also be deleted the way the previous two had been. I was motivated to do this since I noticed that over the past few months there's been a steep increase in the number of masculist videos that are stored on YouTube's servers. In the previous video, I speculated that perhaps since the new CEO of YouTube is a man and aged about 50, who probably knows several men of his own age who have been raped, that perhaps he is more open to the idea that gender oppression is a two-way street, and that women oppress men even worse, and hence is more sympathetic to manosphere content creators. The manosphere had a hatred of the previous CEO of YouTube, Susan Wojcicki, pronounced Wojcicki, seeing her as the most hated woman in the manosphere, as a sexist, hypocritical bigot, since as a feminist she promoted feminist YouTube channels and deleted masculist and MGTOW channels. That is, she had the attitude that it's okay for women, for feminists, to lash out at men for the ways that men oppress women, for example, rape, sexual harassment, domestic violence, patriarchy, etc. But it's not okay for men, for masculists, to lash out at women for the ways that women oppress men, for example, manslavery, divorce, rape, forced fathering, etc. Thus showing her sexist, hypocritical bigotry and making herself hated by the manosphere. Masculist and MGTOW content creators are strongly motivated to upload their content to YouTube due to its enormous size. YouTube has a gigantic worldwide viewership, so anyone who wishes to push an ideology can do that more effectively on YouTube than on any other video hosting platform, although Elon Musk's X is now starting to pose a serious potential threat to YouTube's dominance, which is part of what I want to talk about in this flyer video. My new YouTube channel has been up for over a week now, so as each day passes I become more confident that it will not be deleted by YouTube, implying that there has been a change of policy at YouTube on deleting manosphere content. In the previous flyer video I speculated that perhaps there had been a rebellion at YouTube of its male employees who had become masculisted, red-pilled, MGTOW'd, etc. and insisted that manosphere content be allowed on YouTube as much as feminist content. That was one idea. Another is more prosaic, and that is the new CEO of YouTube has to watch his bottom line in the form of his market share. He has a serious new rival now in the form of X, which broadcasts that it offers freedom of speech, which is of course attractive to the manosphere. So many masculist and MGTOW content providers upload their content to both of these platforms and to others, but YouTube and X are the two big ones. As of 2024, YouTube has about 6 times the number of users as X, but X is rising rapidly. So I had the thought in the back of my mind that I should also upload all of my 700 masculist videos to X, but have not yet done so due to the fact that X did not have playlists. However, very recently, using Microsoft's Copilot, I was able to find a recipe for adding a video to a playlist on X, in brackets, that X calls a list, close brackets. So I will now be able to upload my entire masculist video repertoire to X, setting up 14 playlists with 50 masculist videos per, in brackets, play list, thus giving people the possibility to binge watch and listen, since all the videos are ordered in sequence in the way that the content provider wants. This provision of, in brackets, play lists by YouTube and X opens up real possibilities for manosphere content providers, especially for those few who have made a lot of content. The main examples who come to mind in terms of a huge number of manosphere videos made are Sandman and Turd Flinging Monkey, in brackets, manosphere pseudonyms due to the desire of these men not to be doxed by feminazis, close brackets. On a bit of a side note, personally, since I'm retired and have my own money, I need not fear being doxed, so use my real name. Plus the fact that any woman who did try to dox me would get her fucking head bitten off in a paroxysm of masculinist rage, putting the fear of God into her. Most women are deeply afraid of a truly angry man, since men are 3 times stronger across the chest than women and have 20 times the level of testosterone in their blood than women, so can be hugely more aggressive and fierce. As a result, I suspect that female evolution in the distant past has programmed women to fear male ferocity. Maybe this is why I have never been attacked by feminazis, not even once. Another possible explanation is the Prof. Doctor in front of my name, which perhaps triggers women's hypergamous nature, so they cannot simultaneously have hypergamous feelings and be feminazi outraged by some masculist who is really chewing out feminist hypocrisy and bigotry. Now, getting back to the main point of this flyer, having playlists on both YouTube and X is likely to enable a rapid increase in the spread of masculist and MGTOW ideas across the planet, since users can now binge watch and listen to manosphere content on both platforms, and that will lead to what I'm calling a viewership takeoff. That is, a rapid increase in the number of hours that the world public spends on watching manosphere content. This is what I'm expecting, so I'll be keeping a close eye on hit counts and their increase over the coming year or two. Fingers crossed. Cheers, Prof. Dr. Hugo de Garis. Email profhugodegaris@yahoo.com. Website profhugodegaris.wordpress.com. In brackets. Click on the Masculist tab for 680 plus Masculist essays and their videos. See also a London Real interview on masculism at AI will kill 1 billion people, dash. Do we create our exterminators, question mark? Professor Hugo de Garis, dash. London Real, in brackets. See the last half hour of this 2-hour interview for the Masculist segment. These flyers are available in text and video formats on Minds, BitChute, Odyssey, MGTOW.tv and X. And ad-libbing on October 8th, 2024, I'll be in London again for another interview on London Real, but I'm not yet sure whether it will be on the rise of massively intelligent machines, on the idea of a global democratic state, or more on masculism. I haven't heard yet. Ciao.